everyone, welcome back to Mrs. Drew Food Channel. I hope everybody's doing well. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a new style waakye stew, including cooking the waakye. So this is the full recipe. So if you are interested, let's get started. For this recipe, I'm going to use onions. So in total, I have 6 onions, but here I have sliced 2 onions, chopped 2 onions, and I have 4 scotch bonnet peppers. Here I have beef meat, and I'm going to mix it with lamb meat, but you can use any meat type you like. I am also going to add boiled fried eggs, so I'm going to boil this and then fry it separately. And I'm going to add tomatoes to it, so here I have got 2 plum tomatoes. And this is my third set of onions, and I have roughly chopped 2 medium-sized onions. And of course, for waakye you need beans, so I have soaked 2 cups of beans. And I am also going to use beef flavor stock, and I am showing you the whole box so that you can see the brand I used. And I am also going to add 1 tablespoon of shrimp powder or ground shrimp. So you need rice for your waakye, and I'm a big fan of basmati rice, and I have got here 5 cups for a family of 5. And of course, you can't have your waakye without your spaghetti that we also call talia. I am also going to add some curry powder, and this is mild Caribbean curry powder. I am also going to add some maggi powder. So these are the maggi cubes that I blended myself into powder to make it easier for me. I'm also going to add some ginger paste, and this is the one I'm using. This is the brand, and it's called Tuba, in case you want to buy that one. And I am also using Tuba garlic paste, so if you also want to get that one. This time I am also going to add some tomato puree or tomato paste. I don't usually do, but this is a new stew, so tomato puree. And of course, you need some salt to taste. I am also going to use a vegetable oil for my stew and to fry my meat. This time we are going to make waakye without the waakye leaves, and we are going to use baking soda. So here I have washed my meat and I'm going to steam it. So I have blended 1 onion, 1 scotch bonnet pepper. I have added 2 tablespoons of garlic paste and 2 tablespoons of ginger paste. And then I'm going to add some salt to taste, so about 1 tablespoon. Add 1 tablespoon of maggi powder, 1 tablespoon of beef seasoning stock, and 1 teaspoon of curry. So now I'm going to let it steam for about 20 minutes in total, but here I'm going to give it a stir after about 10 minutes. Alright friends, my meat is ready, and I'm going to take it out and keep the stock. So this is my meat here, and I'll fry it later on. And this is the stock, and I have got enough of it for my stew, so never throw it away. Alright, so now pour some vegetable oil. When the oil is hot, you can fry the 2 onions. So remember, I got 6, and these are the chopped ones. So I've got 2 onions. And why am I doing this? It's because it will give more flavor, more taste to my stew. It is very important to do it. Trust me, do it. So let it fry until the onions become brown, and don't let it become too brown, or else it will burn and it won't taste good in the stew. Alright, so now I'm going to take them out and add them to my plum tomatoes, because I'm going to blend all this together. So I have got my plum tomatoes, my fried onions, my 2 chopped onions, my scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic paste and ginger paste. Alright, so now I'm going to fry my meat. So I used the same oil I fried my onion in, and I'm going to let it fry until it becomes brown. So this is lamb and beef. And then I'm gonna add my sliced onions. So remember, I showed it to you in the beginning. These are 2 medium-sized sliced onion. Then I'm going to stir it and leave it to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Next, I'm going to add my tomato puree. So this is something new because whenever I prepare waakye stew, I never add tomato puree, but this is a new stew and this is for a change, and it worked out perfectly. So add 1 tube of tomato paste or tomato puree, and it is 135 grams in each tube. Now stir it and leave it to cook for about 5 minutes. Next, I am going to add my stock. So this is my beef stock when I was steaming it, and it is very important when you're making waakye stew to add the stock to it. All right, so now give it a good stir and leave it to cook for about 10 minutes on a medium to low heat. And now I'm going to add my blended plum tomatoes, fried onions, scotch bonnet pepper, ginger paste, and garlic paste to it. Now stir it and leave it to cook on a medium heat for about 20 minutes. And by the way, if you want to use fresh ginger and fresh garlic, please go ahead and use it. Alright friends, so this is how my waakye stew looks after about 20 minutes, and it started to look very good, and I'm just going to give it a little stir. And then I am going to add my fried boiled eggs to it, and this is an option, but I would advise you to add it because it's very nice, and especially if you don't have a lot of meat, you can always add fried boiled eggs to it and everybody will be happy. Now stir it, and then I'm going to add my tablespoon of shrimp or prawn powder to give it even more taste. You can even go up to 2 tablespoons. Then I'm going to add my maggi powder, which is 1 tablespoon. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of beef flavor stock. And then I'm going to add some curry powder, and here I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, but you can add more if you like. You can adjust all the seasoning to your own taste. Okay, so now I'm going to stir it, and now I'm going to leave it to cook for another 15 to 20 minutes on the lowest heat possible. So now we are going to cook our waakye. So I soaked 2 cups of beans for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to pour it into my cooking pots together with the water, and then I'm going to add a bit more water. So let's say I added about 1.5 cup extra to it, and then I am going to cover it and let it boil or cook for about 45 minutes. But as soon as my beans start to boil, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, for the color. If you want it darker, you can add more, go up to 2 teaspoon or 2.5 teaspoon. Then stir it, cover it, and let it cook. And also you can always check if the beans have softened, and it will give you an indication that it is ready. All right. Okay, so now I can see that my beans are ready, and I am going to add my rice to it. So I have washed 5 cups of basmati rice, but you can use any rice you like. Next, give it a good stir, and I am going to add a bit more water to it. Some people like it mushy, some like it hot, but I like it in between. So I'm just going to add 1 bowl and half of water to it, but this really depends on how hard or soft you like your rice. And then I'm gonna add some salt to taste. Always remember to taste it if it's to your taste. Now cover it and let it cook until the rice become soft. And this is it. This is my waakye here, and as the waakye settles, it becomes darker because of the baking soda. So do not worry about that. It will get darker. All right, so now let's get back to our stew and look at this perfect waakye stew. And until my man is so that's why I left it for a little bit longer to make it cook properly. And also, when you eat waakye, you need your talia, which is your spaghetti that I mixed with oil. That's why it has that color, and your gari. All right, it is now time to serve. So I've got some waakye on my plate, and then I'm going to add some gari to it. Do you know how to make this gari? Easy. Put some gari in a plate, and then wet it with some water and mix it, and then you have some soft gari for your waakye. Next, I am going to add some stew to it. Look at this wonderful stew here. Wonderful waakye stew. Guys, you are not going to regret it. My husband really loved it. And as I was saying in the beginning, this is a whole new recipe, a new waakye stew recipe that I tried, and it worked. So please do try it and let me know later how it went. And um, when I eat waakye, I don't like too much stew. Are you also like that? Because I get bored so fast when there is too much stew, even when it's common rice. And then I am going to add my spaghetti to it, or my talia to it. And I don't know about you, but I like to eat waakye with coleslaw, but you don't have to. And now, last but not least, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of homemade shito to it. If you do not eat waakye with shito, then you are missing out of something, because it is very, very nice. And this is it, guys. This is my perfect waakye stew, with perfect waakye, with all that comes with it: the stew, the spaghetti, the coleslaw, and the shito to it. So I really hope you enjoy watching this video. All right, thank you guys for watching this recipe. I hope you enjoyed it and that you are going to try it. It is very easy, very straightforward. This is a step-by-step recipe. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to turn your notification bell on and to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time for another recipe. Thank you, and bye bye.